Melik, I'll start with you. Do you consider your fellow Republicans to be hypocritical when you listen to what Mitch McConnell said in 2016, Lindsey Graham said in 2016, Chuck Grassley, what he had to say as well? All these Republicans who said, oh, no, there should not be a Supreme Court pick in a presidential year. Scalia died. It was 9 to 10 months before the election took place. Here we are, less than 50 days. And so are Republicans not being extremely hypocritical what they're saying in 2020 compared to 2016?
I think both sides are being hypocritical. If you look at the positions held by Democrats in 2016, and you look at the positions that Republicans had in 2016, they're polar opposites than the positions that they have now. So the idea that there are hypocrites in politics, that really doesn't surprise me, but I'm willing to call out Republicans for being hypocrites, and I encourage Democrats to call out Democrats for being hypocrites, because the position that they had in 2016 about a president's authority to not just appoint or nominate justice, but for that person to come up for a hearing and get a vote and ultimately be confirmed is different than the position that they have now. So hypocrites in politics, absolutely, on the Republican and Democratic
of course,
side.
and then but you have Republicans who now want to change the rules by saying, oh, no. What we really meant was in 2016, since we control the Senate and the opposite party is in the White House, then that's different. But when you have Republicans who control the White House in the Senate, that's the difference. Then, of course, you got Lindsey Graham, who's an absolute liar, who said after the Kavanaugh hearings, oh, no, that if Trump, if a nominee position opens up right before the election, no, it should not be voted upon until the next president. Then he was like, oh, no, but my feelings were hurt with Kavanaugh, so that's the difference. It's like, come on, Lindsey, we know exactly what you said. Then he was so arrogant to say, oh, use the tape against me. And guess what? We damn sure will. I'm laughing here, Melik, with Chuck Grassley said, with the divided government in 2016, there was ambiguity about what the American people wanted for the direction of the Supreme Court. Voters expanded Republican majority in 2018 election after 2 Trump SCOTUS confirmations. There's no ambiguity now with Republicans sending the president. Melik, I'm sorry, wasn't Obama reelected? And
yes.
And so there was really no ambiguity in 2016. Because the voters had already re-elected Obama, which gave him the authority to appoint someone. So it's a Chuck Grassley line.
Well, from my perspective, I think that that's really a straw man argument.
What's a straw man argument?
I think it's the distinction that McConnell is now making, for me, is really a distinction without a difference. It really doesn't matter.
No. I'm quoting Chuck Grassley. What I'm saying isn't Chuck Grassley full of it to say there was ambiguity? There was no ambiguity. The American people re-elected Barack Obama to president. They were real clear on what they wanted.
Right. I mean, I think that in 2016 that Mitch McConnell actually should have brought Merrick Garland up for a vote. But I go back to my point about both sides being hypocritical. There's a lot of focus, and I understand that we're in an election year, but there was a lot of focus. There's been a lot of focus on Republican hypocrisy, but you can go back to what Barack Obama said, Chuck Schumer said, Nancy Pelosi said, Hillary Clinton said, and a host of others about the need to not just nominate, but actually get a justice in an election year. And to Kelly's point that she was making, at the time that Scalia died, we were already in an election. There were primary elections that were going on at that point. So I don't think that.
Well, that's not. But there's a difference between a primary election and a general election. A primary election.
Both of them are elections. In order to
no.
But there's a reason why there's a difference, Melik.
There's a difference between a general election and a primary. Kelly, go ahead.
No, I mean, this is not a situation where an election is an election is an election. No, Barack Obama was president, and he wasn't up to become the president again. He wasn't on the ballot. He was doing his job. But regardless, we still had almost 7 months before the election itself. If I'm not mistaken, Scalia died in February.
Yes.
I don't recall a whole lot of primaries happening in February of 2016 to the point where it would have made a distinct difference in Obama actually doing his job. Obama was blocked by the Senate for the last 2-3 years of his presidency because of the Republicans. So this had nothing to do with an election year. They tried to make it like it was because of an election year. That's why they didn't want him to go through. They were like, oh, let's wait till there's another president, because they were banking on a Republican going into office. But Obama was trying to do his job as president 7 months out before the general election. So this is completely different.
Teresa,
Teresa, I don't think that that's really a good distinction at all anyway, because we were going through an election at that point. The Republicans were actually trying to choose their nominee. Democrats were trying to choose their nominee, who would go on to take into office in 2017. But again, as I said at the beginning, I don't have a problem calling out Republicans as hypocrites. It seems as if there's an issue with Democrats calling out the Democratic side for being hypocrites. I can acknowledge both sides are being hypocrites here. I don't gain anything or lose anything by saying that Republicans are being hypocrites, but it seems that there's a hesitance or a resistance, or at least justifications made for why it's okay for Democrats to be hypocrites. Both of them are being hypocrites.
But Teresa, the Democrats are being hypocritical in this situation. Had Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham not said that stuff back in 2016, this would not be an issue. Because Obama would have done the same thing in 2016, nominating and getting his choice appointed to the bench.
Teresa,
so it wouldn't have been hypocritical had the Republicans not opened their mouths and tried to block a president from doing his job in the first place.
Here's the deal.
We're trying to follow a rule that the Republicans laid down, and now the Republicans are shifting the bar.
And then that one second, and Teresa,
anybody else in power except Donald Trump.
Teresa, and that's why what Democrats have to do, Teresa, is understand, if the opposition, if they're not going to follow rules, then what you do is you don't follow rules. And what you do is you get power and you wield power. And this is a moment where Democrats had better find out if they got any guts, if they got any leadership whatsoever. Because here's the piece: Republicans are about naked, ruthless power. Mitch McConnell stopped 100 positions on the federal bench when Obama was president. Okay, that's how they rule. And I'm telling you right now, Democrats had better use every arsenal in their toolkit right now, Teresa. And if they win 4 seats in November, they better come with an agenda and tell the Republicans, don't even think about it. Just show them the hand and say, we now have the power. And y'all said when you have the power, you get to use it. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Hold on. All right, folks at Seek.com, black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. They are a virtual reality company. Of course, you can check out their content at Seek.com. You can do so, of course, with these virtual reality headsets. So what it does is it allows for you to actually drop your cell phone right into this headset right here, close it up. Then you can actually watch the content in virtual reality. Just simply put this thing on, and that's what you can do, of course. And then you can watch it, and it seems like you're literally right there in the room. So pretty cool device here. You can actually get this device at Seek.com, Seek.com. They also have these 360-degree 4D headphones. These headphones right here. They give out absolute great sound, great bass as well. They have Bluetooth. They also have a headset that you can use for gamers as well. So another great headset. So you can get this as a gift for someone or for yourself. All you got to do is go to Seek.com, Seek.com. Use our promo code RMVIP2020, RMVIP2020, in order to get you a discount on these devices. And if you do so, you will be, of course, you will be helping Roland Martin Unfiltered as well. And so we certainly appreciate Seek being a partner here on Roland Martin Unfiltered.